Welcome to Bytes and Bits, tips to thrive in this interactive world, presented in travel-sized portions. Bytes and Bits is written and narrated by Brian Foster, Vice President of Next Media 360. Check back often for new webisodes on how to connect with your prospects in this interactive world.
In today's webisode, we want to discuss what constitutes a fully integrated campaign. The business world is abuzz with techno jargon as everyone scrambles to follow consumers' habits. The reality is, effective marketing ties into consumer behavior, using it as a navigational beacon in creating its message. Today, we want to spend the next few minutes explaining some of these terms and giving you real-world advice that will make an immediate impact. Let's start with some phrases. 360, push, fully integrated. Now, these are all different phrases with similar meanings. In short, these new campaigns not only use traditional mass media, but address the interactive opportunities as well. When you tie in multiple touch points, for example, radio, social media, and texting, you have the start of a fully integrated campaign. The internet and all of its interactive cousins have had a seismic effect on consumer behavior. In short, the internet has shifted some of the power from the advertiser to the consumer, and we're going to explain in a little bit exactly what that looks like. But here's a perfect world example: shopping for a car. In years past, you really looked for a fair and honest dealer that would help you find the right car for the right price. The dealership was the main source of information. Now the consumer is more informed. With Carfax reports, Edmunds.com, hundreds of different sites that display inventory and prices, this new Uber consumer comes to the deal well armed. The dealership knows this and has to address this new reality. They must have vibrant websites, so when car buyers are doing their research, they're engaging with that particular car dealership. The dealership must also increase the type and amount of information they share, because if they're not seen as part of the solution, they will be removed from consideration. Now, this is just one example of the game-changing power of the internet. Think of your own business for a moment. How has the internet changed the way consumers use your product? And more importantly, have you changed your marketing to keep up with this new reality? Internet spaces are used for validation. In the past, people become interested in a product and stop by the store to do research. It was easy to spot these prospects. They would answer any question with "just looking." They are in the purchase cycle. They're just not ready for your sales pitch. This has not changed. People still are quote-unquote just looking, but they go about it differently now. Now, instead of spending time to drive over and take a look at your inventory or talk to your salespeople, they use the internet to get the verification they desire before they make a purchase. Whether you use Next Media for your integration or not, realize this: every time you communicate, right down to how you answer the phone, you're executing a marketing plan. Make sure anyone who is helping you with this plan addresses the new reality. Let's take a look at what we're talking about. In the past, marketers used a formula AIDA to track the path to purchase, and that stood for attention, interest, desire, and action. We used to use mainstream advertising like radio, newspaper, and television to get their attention. We advertised enough times with frequency to pique their interest. Enough of that interest turned to desire, and then eventually they would buy. Now there's a new path to sales with the advent of the internet, and we feel it looks more like information, confirmation, verification, and purchase. We still use our radio, TV, newspaper, our mass medias to give out information to a very large audience. Now, a much smaller audience will draw a conclusion and say, I think this product fits into my life for X, Y, and Z. Once they see themselves using your product, they'll search out a verification source to make them feel comfortable about their assumptions. That's where the internet comes in, the research phase. Finally, once they verify their beliefs, then they're ready to make a purchase. If we were to diagram this, we would use radio to push a large message out. Once the consumer starts to draw his own conclusions, he's going to use the internet to research to verify those conclusions. When you diagram it, it turns into a circle. And that's why we call our campaigns 360. Because when you do it correctly, you're using radio to push a message out, and you're using the internet to let people research your product. These campaigns have shown a lot of results. Recently, the Radio Advertising Bureau formed a company to do research on the unaided recall for these different campaigns. As you can see, when you did 2 internet ads only versus mixing one internet with one radio, The internet and radio campaign had a much higher recall because we used the power of enticement with radio and the information that the internet provided. And in combination, that 360 campaign, that fully integrated campaign, had a much higher unaided recall for the marketers who utilized it. We would love to show you how to put together a 360 campaign for you. In closing, remember 4 things. Number 1, push and pull. Use your mass media to entice. Your newspaper, radio, TV ads, just entice, wet their whistle, get them interested. Then push them over to the websites to where they can pull the information to verify what they think. They're going to go online and research you anyways. Make sure you're sending them to your websites or to places that you help control the dialogue. Number 2, be consistent. Make sure the look, the feel, the information you're providing is the same both on air and online. Don't have different slogans for each, but make sure while you use different approaches for the medium that the core message is still the same, because that consistency is what will give people the confidence to purchase your product. Be proactive. As your message evolves, include your customers, and we can show you different ways in upcoming webisodes of doing that. Get their feedback, ask for their opinions, make them part of your marketing cycle. Once you learn how they're using your product, you're going to do a better job of delivering a product that continues to meet and exceed their expectations. And number 4, realize this: people are talking online. And if you're not stirring the conversation, who is? Realize that people are discussing your industry, your brand, and sometimes even you in the internet spaces. Let us help you create a complete campaign, a fully integrated campaign that takes advantage of radio's amazing power to entice and to inform, and the internet's unparalleled power to persuade, to inform, and to make people feel comfortable in the conclusions they're starting to draw about you and your business. Is it complicated? No. Does it take a paradigm shift? Yes. It's a new reality that we're dealing with daily, and we look forward to helping you start to embrace. Thank you for your time. We hope you find these webisodes useful.
Thank you for watching Bites and Bits, Tips to Thrive in this Interactive World, presented in travel size portions. The opinions expressed here are of Brian Foster. We suggest a full consultation with a Next Media account executive before you implement any of the ideas discussed in this webisode. Click on the free brainstorming tab now to schedule your meeting today.